Hi, I'm Tony Perry, and welcome to another installment of Meet the Candidate here on Crossville News First. This time we're talking with Bryant Dunaway. Bryant is a Republican. He's running in the Republican primary on May 6th for District Attorney for the 13th Judicial District. Bryant, welcome to Crossville News First. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was actually born here in Cumberland County. My mom and dad grew up in Crossville. My wife is from Clay County. We've been married, Leanne and I have been married for 18 years. She is a nurse, an RN at the Cookeville Hospital. And Leanne and I have lived in Cookeville for 25 years, since about 89. We have 3 children. We have identical twin girls, Katie and Julianne, who are our little miracles, as they were born 3 months early. And they're 12 and a half today and started out life at 1 pound apiece. So they're very precious to us. And we have a son, Grant, whose 8th birthday will be May the 7th. And he's full of mischief, just like most boys are. I graduated from Tennessee Tech University in the early 90s. And after that, my wife also graduated from nursing school there. And after that, we began our careers. I was a police officer in Cookeville for several years, and they sent me to the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, and I graduated from there, first in my class, and worked for several years after that as a patrol officer, a uniformed police officer in Cookeville. And as time went on, as a police officer, I was very involved in the court system. You know, part of the duties of a police officer are to testify in court, to prosecute the cases that you've investigated and the arrests that you've made. And I just started looking around the room and garnered an interest in the law further, and I decided that I would further my education. And I was working for the police department when I began law school, and decided to go back to law school, graduated from law school, and for the past 14 years, working on 15, I have been in private practice in Putnam County. I have a law office in Cookeville on Dixie Avenue, just near Tennessee Tech. While I was in law school, I worked for the DA's office for a little while, the district attorney's office for a little while, as part of a special program, and I tried several cases, criminal cases, as a law student in my last year of law school, jury trials, and that just really garnered my interest. It kind of tied into my law enforcement background, and I've just my legal career has spanned about 20 years now, beginning with my days as a police officer and my current time as an attorney. As an attorney, I have a broad experience. About 10 of my 14 years, I practiced criminal law, and I have handled everything from misdemeanor cases, DUIs, to trying murder cases in the criminal element. Other areas of the law that I practice in are family law, and that includes child support enforcement, which is very important to me. I like to go to bat for kids and try to do what I can to make sure kids are taken care of and children. And that's part of going to be my focus as a DA.
What has motivated you to want to become the district attorney in our district?
Well, I want to run for the district attorney general because, bottom line, to cut it to the bottom, I want to do everything that I can to improve the quality of life in our district. And the district attorney general is in a unique position to do that. He is what I would describe as the hinge pin of the criminal justice system. The district attorney has a unique ability to pull the partnerships together. I want to strengthen the partnerships between our law enforcement officers, our police, sheriff's departments, and the staff of the district attorney general, so that we can better prosecute crimes and better tackle these problems that we have rampant in our district. The district attorney general also has the ability to pull in other partners, CASA and child advocacy centers and other unique advocacy programs, so that we can work as a team to solve the problems that exist in our district. Because crime affects families, it affects children. We pull children out of homes that have methamphetamine labs, and we just can't turn a blind eye to those children. We need to have a teamwork approach to solve the problems of this district and to make them better. And we need to be tough on crimes. My administration as DA is going to put special emphasis on repeat criminal offenders. They are a problem to us. And we're going to work diligently to prosecute those who prey on children. And we're also going to work diligently to address and tackle and try to do what we can to find a solution to the prescription drug problem that's very prevalent in our Upper Cumberland area. Those types of offenders and those types of offenses make our communities less safe, and I want to do everything I can to make this a better place to live.
One of the issues a lot of voters have on their mind, Bryant, is plea bargaining. Citizens are pretty much fed up with the bad guys being caught, but then they plea bargain down the sentence and get out of jail early. That's a problem, isn't it?
That's a very good question. Plea bargainings are a concern for me, especially when it comes to repeat offenders. Repeat offenders being people that continuously break the law, and we see their faces and their names in the newspapers and in the courtrooms time after time after time. Those people are a problem in many ways, and the plea bargaining in those types of cases needs to be minimal, if any at all. Now, plea bargain sometimes might be necessary if you have a young offender, first-time offender, and they're a young person and they've legitimately messed up for the first time, and there's a likelihood that they will correct their activity and turn out to be a great citizen. And sometimes those people deserve mercy, but our repeat offenders, those that prey on children, and the ones that are selling drugs to our kids and in our communities, remember that I am a former police officer, and the perspective that I'm bringing to the DA's office is that of a former law enforcement officer. I remember very well the disappointment of making arrests and working hard on the streets to make cases and prosecute these crimes, and feel the disappointment of that same offender being given leniency or a slap on the wrist when we get into court. And that's what I'm talking about, is strengthening the partnerships between the law enforcement officers and the attorney prosecutors in the DA's office, so that we can work as a team to properly prosecute these offenders throughout the system and obtain convictions.
Do you have a single point that you'd like to drive home to the voters now as early voting is going on? May 6th, just around the corner. Do you have a point that you'd like to really drive home to the voters for them to know about Bryant Dunaway?
Well, I'll tell you the things that I would like you to remember, if you're going to take a bullet list away from me to remember, is the fact that I have a passion for this job. I have developed a passion to make this community, improve the quality of life in this community. I'm going to bring the perspective of a law enforcement officer to the prosecuting office, so that we will prosecute zealously the crimes and the criminal offenders that are rampant in our communities. And I'll tell you this, I've run an honest and clean campaign in the messages that I've brought to the people through the media and the radio and all the different avenues. And I intend to serve you in the same way, honestly and cleanly and with good character.
Bryant, I know that on your bio that I read, you talk a lot about community.
Yes, sir. I think it's very important to be involved in your community, and I'm very involved in mine. The communities of our district are where we live. It's our home, and they deserve some attention. In addition to my law practice, which is what I do for a living, I involve myself in many, many community activities. I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce, and that's important to me because job creation, while it's not a direct duty of the district attorney, it's important to our community, and job creation and fostering business in our homes is important. So I involve myself in the Chamber of Commerce. I'm a leader in the Boy Scouts. My son's involved in the Cub Scouts, and I'm a den leader in his pack in Allgood, Tennessee, and that's important to me. I've been on the board of an organization called Cityscape, which is in Putnam County, and it's charged with revitalization of the downtown shopping areas, the courthouse squares and the old part of town. And that's important to me too. You know, our communities need to be fostered, and not only just the business and economic part of it, but also the physical buildings we need to preserve. And that was part of the mission of Cityscape, and I served as the chairman on that board for a couple of years. And I've also served as a deacon. I do serve as a deacon in my church. I attend College Side Church of Christ in Cookeville, have for 16 years, and I serve as a deacon and a ministry leader there. And I'm also the secretary and board member on in the Rotary Club in Cookeville. And the Rotary Club, many people are familiar with it, but it's a service organization which raises funds. Specifically, our club raises funds for youth programs. The schools, we've adopted the White Plains Academy School, and we also raise funds for international projects. And I think it's important to be of service to our community and be involved. And I bring that to the table. I bring that perspective to the table as well. I care about our communities in a broad way.
Here's a chance. Tell the voters why they need to vote for Bryant Dunaway. This is your chance to talk to them directly.
Yes, my name is Bryant Dunaway, and I seek to be your Republican candidate for the office of District Attorney General. I'm committed to the cause of making our communities a better place to live and improving the quality of life. And that's what motivates me to run for this office.
Very good. Thanks for stopping by. We've been talking with Bryant Dunaway. He's a Republican. He's running in the Republican primary May 6th for District Attorney in the 13th Judicial District. I'm Tony Perry. This is Meet the Candidate on Crossville News First. Thanks for watching.